This morning, a mother and father accused of murdering their 7-month-old son will face a judge in California. Jake and Rebecca Haro, arrested on Friday at their home in Riverside County, are facing charges of felony murder with malice. The baby, Emmanuel Haro, has been missing for nearly 2 weeks and now, according to police, is presumed dead. At first, his mom claimed that a man attacked her outside of a store while she was changing his diaper and then knocked her unconscious. Again, the parents will be in court facing a judge this morning where they will most likely be officially charged with murder. Here now, federal defense attorney Ronald Chapman II. Good morning to you and thank you for being here. What a tragic case. I'm curious, does the dad's criminal past and his violence against kids in the past, is that enough for probable cause in this case? And what else might we learn in this court hearing?
I don't think it's enough for probable cause. It might be enough to get a search warrant, but probably not enough to ultimately charge them. You know, I see dad in his prison uniform out there assisting with the search. And the only thing I can think is what led to the charges is likely the cooperation of the father there, potentially against the mother. Also, the search warrants to many of the devices. I think that's likely what led to probable cause and also to the charges that they are now likely to be facing. Obviously, that information would be under seal and protected by authorities, so the public is not given that. But clearly, father being taken out of custody to assist in a search isn't just a father wanting to help out. That is likely him cooperating because he has some knowledge of the whereabouts of that baby in this tragic situation.
And potentially, Ron, that he's looking to make a better deal for himself facing these charges. There are others who believe that the mom could potentially be a victim of domestic violence, coerced to say certain things after the baby went missing. How does that complicate what is already a pretty gruesome case?
Oh, it's very difficult. The domestic violence defense is so hard to understand because obviously people who are victims of domestic violence are often forced to do very terrible things. And just like in that old Patty Hearst case from a long time ago, it's really hard to figure out where the dividing line is between willful conduct and that conduct which a victim has to undergo just a matter of survival. But I will say that as a matter of law, that sort of duress from domestic violence is never going to be an excuse to murder. It's never going to be enough to excuse it. It might mitigate it, meaning a lower sentence, but not excuse. So if that is her defense, and this child has unfortunately passed away, we will not likely see her be able to get an acquittal because of that.
From prison, from jail, we have heard that she has maintained her story. She says she wants to be out there searching for her son. What will we hear from the judge today? And is this the point, Ron, where there will be a guilty or not guilty plea made?
Likely, if this is arraignment, there will be a guilty or not guilty plea made. We will likely see her advised by her counsel not to make any further statements, and there likely won't be any factual questions from the court to them. At this point, they'll likely remain silent and won't make any further public statements. That being said, you know, her prior statements that she wants to be out there and she wants to help, coupled with, I believe, the interview of the couple indicating that they want their baby back. A lot of those interviews are probably going to hurt them if the evidence starts to stack up to show that they were involved. That will be seen by a jury if there's a trial here as them lying to the press in order to throw off the investigation, which is certainly a very aggravating circumstance for them.
The other thing that we're hearing, you know, he was reported missing by the mom, allegedly kidnapped on the 14th, but now there is some indication that family members say they haven't seen him for even longer than that, up to a month. Real quick, Ron, how critical might those eyewitness statements be in this case?
Very critical. The story is that the baby was abducted in a parking lot and the mom was assaulted. That will unravel pretty quickly if it's untrue. Camera footage and whatnot will be used. And other family members' stories saying that they haven't seen the baby for a much longer time period is going to show that they concocted this story potentially to throw police off of the trail because they were very scared about what they have possibly done.
And still the search for Emmanuel's most likely remains continues. Ron Chapman, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.